Hey there, kids. This is Reveal Math Lesson 6.6. Let's take a look together, okay? It says this. It says there's more than one way to multiply two multiples of 10. You can use multiplication facts in place value, or you can use decomposition, which just means decomposing the numbers, and the associative property. The associative property of multiplication says that you can group things however you want and multiply them all together and you still get the same answer. So you can use this to multiply two numbers. So here's an example right here. They want you to find 20 times 40. Okay, well that's the same thing as 20 times 4 tens. Okay, 20 times 4 is 80, and we had tens right here, so that's 80 tens. And 80 tens is the same thing as 800. Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute. Now, another way to do it, and there's endless ways to do this, but here's a different way, is 20 times 40. So 20 is 2 times 10, right? And 40 is 4 times 10. Okay, and here's a times sign in the middle, a multiplication sign, and here's a multiplication sign right here. 2 times 10. They moved the numbers around and they put the 2 right here and the 10 right here. Then you have 4 times 10 and they move the numbers around. They put the 4 right here and the 10 right here. You can do that. Okay, you can change the order of them as you wish. Okay, as long as they're all multiplication. Well, 2 times 4 is 8 times 10 times 10. Okay, those are those two tens right there. And this right here, you then go 8 times 10, which would be 80. And then you have that 10 right there, 80 times 10, and that equals 800. Now there's other ways that you could have done it. You could have put these two 10s together and said 10 times 10 is 100 times 8, and the product is 800. Okay, it's kind of up to you how you want to do it, as long as they all stay multiplication. Kids, right now you're learning how to multiply two multiples of 10. There's many ways to do it. All right, well, here we go right here. Let's try some of these together. And it says this, it says, how can you find the product, which is the answer to a multiplication problem, and complete the equation. Equation is just a number sentence, right? So it says this, they want us to do 20 times 20, okay? Well, 20 times 20 is the same thing as 20 times 20, which is the same thing as 20 times 2 tens. Well, 20 times 2 is 40, so that's 40 tens. Remember earlier this year that we said that whenever you see the word tens, that means 10, okay? So it would be the same thing as 40, and tens means one more zero, and so the answer is 400. Now there's lots of different ways that you could do it. I wouldn't have done it this way. I would have went 20 times 20. Well, I would have said 2 times 2, that's 4. And there's 10 here and 10 here. That's 400. Okay, the product is 400. That's the way I like to do it. We'll do it their way, and then I'll show you my way again. This one says 50 times 40. Well, that would be 50 times 4 tens, okay, because that's 40. All right, well, 50 times 4, 5 times 4 is 20, right? So 50 times 4 is 200 tens. But remember before I said that if you're saying the word tens, that really equals 10. So it's 200, and 10 for the tens means 200 tens, and that's the number 2000. Now I wouldn't have done it that way. I would have went like this. I would have went 50, okay, times 40. I would have went 5 times 4, okay, that equals 20. And however many zeros there are in the problem, there are in the answer, okay, usually. Okay, so there's 2 zeros here, so we put 2 zeros here. Now you might be saying to yourself, but Mr. Merson, there's 3 zeros right there. Well, that's true because we got this first 0 from making that 20. Okay, these were the 2 that were in the problem originally, right? Okay, so the answer is 2000. All right, so whatever makes you happy, as long as you get the right answer, we don't care. Kids, you're learning how to multiply two multiples of 10 together. Let's try some more. Okay, this one right here says 70 times 20. Well, 70 is 7 times 10. times 20, which is 2 times 10. So this right here is 70. This right here is 20. So 70 times 20, that's the problem, right? Now, they said, well, let's put the 7 right here 7 times, and let's put that 2 right here, 7 times 2. And then they put the two 10s together, 10 times 10. All right, and you can do this in whatever order you want. 7 times 2 is 14. 10 times 10 is 100. That's 14 times 100, and that's 1400, right? You could do it like that. Me, I would have done it like this. 70 times 20. I would have went 7 times 2. That's 14. 1 0 here and 1 0 here. So I put 1 0 here and 1 0 here, and that equals 1400. You can do it how you like. All right. The next one is 90 times 50. Well, 90 is 9 times 10. 50 is 5 times 10. They want to put the numbers that don't have zeros together, so they put the 9 right here. That 9 goes here. That 5 goes here. Okay. That 10 that's right here goes right here, and that 10 that's right here goes here. So 9 times 5 is 45. That takes care of those two. These two, 10 times 10, well, that's 100. 45 times 100 is 4,500, okay, or 4,500, right? Now, me, I would have done it like this. I would have went 90 times 50, all right? 9 times 5, that's 45. There's 1 0 here and 1 0 here, so I put 1 0 here and 1 0 here. Usually there's the same amount of zeros in the product that there is in the answer, unless those first two digits make a zero themselves, okay? So kids, right now you're learning how to multiply two multiples of 10 together. Well, in class today, we're going to do workbook page 187 and 188. You're going to do practice page 57 and 58. They look like this. Kids, you're learning how to multiply two multiples of 10. Now on the Friday quiz, we have this right here. We have 90 times 90. Okay, you can do it however you want. Me, if I was going to do it, I would do it something like this. 90 times 90 equals what? Well, 9 times 9 is how much? 81, right? And there's 1 0 here and 1 0 here. So I would put 1 0 here and 1 0 here. If you want to do it the way that they did it in the lesson by breaking it apart, you could do that too. You could say like 9 tens times 9 tens. You could do that right there. Whatever makes you happy, as long as you get the right answer. Over here, we have 70 times 50. Okay, one way you could do it would be to go 70 times 50. All right. 7 times 5, that's 35. How many zeros are in the problem? Right, so then we'd add on how many zeros in the answer. Right, you'd add on 2. So I'm not going to do it, you do it yourself. Kids, there you are, you're learning how to multiply two multiples of 10. If you're having trouble, come and see us, we'll help you out. Go ahead and have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.